1 Kings chapter 19, verse 6 to verse 8. And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals, and a cruse of water at his head. And he did eat and drink and laid him down again. And the angel of the Lord came again the second time and touched him and said, Arise, eat, because the journey is too great for thee. And he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Horeb, the mountain of God. Our objective again is what to do to build spiritual strength. But I want to lay the foundation with the following statements. Number one, great destinations require great preparations. Great destinations. If you are going to leave here, the airport road, and go to Nyanya, you may not pack a bag in Abuja here. And if you are going to leave from here to Makurdi, you may not pack too much. But if you are traveling all the way to Lagos and you are going to stay for a while, it might involve some packing. But if you are going to travel from here to Europe or to America, you don't go casually. Great destinations require great preparations. It is the destination you have in mind that determines the preparation you embark upon. Number two, mega constructions have giant foundations. Mega constructions. If you see any construction that is mega, its foundation is giant. If the construction is to be great, the foundation must be strong. I was speaking to our structural engineer today to give me the detail of what went into the earth here in this construction. At a point, I was feeling very bad that so much money was being spent into a ground, resources buried that cannot be seen. We had groups of pile foundations, pipes, that went into the earth 8 meters, some places 12 meters. If you know that I am 1 point something meter, then you know what 8 meters mean and 12 meters. To hit the rock in groups. Pile, foundation, everywhere. And by the time we came out of the ground from that earth, there was something they call a basket that was weaved with iron rods. It was a giant basket that I can enter inside and remain inside, filled with concrete. Each of them everywhere. We have a lengthy raft foundation. What do they call this foundation now? That is from this end all the way to that end. All the way. About 270 something meters. It was filled with concrete. If you stand inside, the concrete can bury a person. A few square meters of it. They were measuring the concrete in square meters. A few square meters of it, they charged us 33 million. Then, I said, what is this? All this will be buried inside the ground. And that we're talking of 200 and something meters, and we haven't even reached, just like this. So I said we should buy our own concrete mix and all the things, batching plant and everything, so that we stop measuring it like that. That reduced the price to some extent. But all that was done, and the earth buried it before this one started coming up. If you want to build a shack, you don't need much foundation. But if the structure of your life and your destiny will be great, will be mega, the foundation must be great. Mega constructions have giant foundations. If the construction is to be great, the foundation must be strong. Third thing to notice in the same line: heavy roots bear mighty trees. Every time a tree is mighty, its root must be heavy. Heavy roots bear mighty trees. If the tree must be big, if it's an Iroko tree, the root must be deep, the root must be strong. It is strong roots that sustain big trees. No tree can be big for nothing. One of the greatest challenges that we have in this world is where people look at you. They don't know where you are coming from. They don't know where you are going. You just met along the journey. It's like somebody traveling from Abuja to Lagos, and someone met you around Ibadan, and he thought your journey started in Ibadan. Never knowing the investments, the sacrifices, and what went in. Moses had a 40-year wilderness preparation before he met Pharaoh for the first time. He met Pharaoh and encountered Pharaoh for the fulfillment of ministry. Jesus had 30-year ministry preparation for a 3.5 years of manifestation. Listen, there are some of us who say we are in ministry now, but God is saying the ministry you are in now is still preparation. When Kenneth Hagin had done about 17 years of ministry, and he went to thank the Lord for how God had helped him for 17 years, God spoke to him and he said, get ready to enter the first chapter of your ministry. This is first chapter. Then what have I been doing? And God said, you have been preparing. Please note the following about Ruth. We just mentioned Ruth now. That heavy roots bear mighty trees. First, root determines rise. The depth of a root determines the rise of the tree. Second, root determines size. No tree can have rise by accident. No tree can have size by accident. Root determines rise. Root determines size. You can't put an Iroko tree on a mango root. The same way you cannot put the head of an elephant on the neck of a goat. It's collapse. Root determines rise. Root determines size. Root determines growth. Thirdly, root determines growth. Number 4, root determines spread. It determines spread. I am just saying things that we can just see by observing. Root determines spread. Fourthly, root determines reach. One young man said, their ministry, they are about to start branches. So I say, how many is the membership? I think he said 200 or 100 or something. Mention. How many years? 2 years or 3 years? I said, no. You don't branch until the main stem can carry the branches. You know, when those who rear plants, when a tree begins to branch too early, they cut off the branches to allow it to grow. Because if it branches too early, the main tree will get stunted. Both the destiny of the branch and the tree are jeopardized. So there is a level of stature, that something will have before it can sow. So root determines reach, and finally root determines fruit. You cannot get the fruit of the mango on the root of an orange, except in their new cross cultivation or whatever they call it. You cannot get the fruit of the apple from the root of a pineapple. There should be no confusion about the root of anything or the root of anybody. Just find the fruit they are bearing. It will just clarify the root. The question is not whether antelope born elephant. The question is, can it born it? It's not a question whether they did. The question is, can it? Take your seat. We are on a journey. We are far from the end. Do you understand? There are some questions that if you don't ask the right questions, you can't get the right answers. That lizard born crocodile. You don't ask such a question. Is it, did lizard born crocodile? No. Can lizard born crocodile? Just ask the right questions. Take your seat. Giant results are the product of giant roots. Every time you see results that are giant, they are products of giant roots. You don't get giant results from dwarf roots. There is a tribe in Africa they call the Pygmies of Congo. You don't go to that place and be looking for the parents of a giant. You won't find them there. In all humility to God, who alone is the lifter and the raiser of people? What is our roots? How did we happen? What is the process that brought us here? Brought us where? The realm of very massive salvation for the lost in mass healing and deliverance crusades. The process of incredible healings and deliverance of the afflicted. Twins born deaf and dumb. Twins born deaf and dumb. I'm sure they have the clip for us. Twins born deaf and dumb were healed the same day in Kaduna Crusade. Born deaf and dumb. I hope these people are ready for me today. You are showing Calebites now. This one is Evangelist Sunday Oguche's meeting. Blind boy born blind. If you look at the eyes, it will be clear to you that these eyes, in fact, to see a thing is a miracle. You just see him walking and following me just now. Do you see eyes? It's pointing lights. Are you seeing light? Are you seeing any black of the eye there? Why? How did this kind of thing happen? Where did it happen from? I think we can proceed now. I thought you would show him when he was following us. How did it happen? Look at what Evangelist Jonathan is saying now. Captured. He's following me. What is the root of this kind of thing? You go to Kaduna, you see the twin girls, born the same day, identical twins, deaf and dumb. Both heard and spoke. See them. Born deaf and dumb. What is the root of this? What is the root of this kind of thing? All right, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Let's proceed because of time. You're talking about the alcoholic man, that 35 years addict. Maraba Crusade, when we're dedicating the church, he passed by the road, drunkard for 35 years, coming from the drunkenness joint. He says something pulled him into the meeting. He stepped into the meeting. Bam! Alcoholic devil left him. He brought himself to the altar. He brought himself to the altar. He brought himself to the altar. And said, I've been drinking for 35 years. I've been helpless. But this thing has broken. What is the root of such kind of result? Addicts of marijuana, addicts of crack, addicts of masturbation, pornography, delivered in an instant. What is it? Massive stadium, packed field of crowds all around the world. Extensive overflowing congregations all around the world, with massive structural and infrastructural developments. See some of the churches on the screen. What could be the root of all these? You are talking about the submission of territorial, regional, or national leaders, whether they be mayors or they be governors or they be presidents of nations, sitting down together to listen and be discipled. You are talking about societally impacting things that happen everywhere. What could be this? See, there are things don't happen. They are showing you various locations connected right now. Things don't happen by chance. They happen by calculated incidences. Now, let us have a look at some of the crusades. I think we have this. Is this Zambia that you have on the screen? I'm not sure I have the time to watch the. All right, let's go. That was Zambia. Zambia, a witch was flying from one country to another, came across the crusade ground and dropped. A wizard. That's the Zambian vice president. Attended the meeting. Leadership session in the morning. You can move over. Cameroon. That was Douala, Cameroon. People were healed in their homes. Stood up from crutches. Dropped crutches. Sent videos of themselves healed at home. You want to move to Malawi? The Assemblies of God Go on ahead and show us the meetings. It's Malawi Crusade. Healings, miracles, signs, and wonder. We are back in Malawi this year. Move on. Jalingo Crusade. All over the world, the Spirit of the Lord is moving. The earth being filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the seas. Jalingo Crusade. Incredible manifestations of God. Move on to Kaduna. Kaduna Crusade. Move on to Makodi. Altar call. Move on to Makodi. From Makodi, move on to Port Harcourt. This year or last year. We have first FCT wide crusades in Nyanya Crusade here. I hope I'm not too fast. Here people were hanging on the bridge, hanging across the road. Nyanya here. Otukpo Crusade. The Bible said a prophet is not received in his homeland. But this is an exception. Hey! Hey! Give Jesus, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, a big clap and a louder shout of praise. Oyor Crusade. Reverend Ntia, you were there. You are Akwa Ibom State. Lokoja Crusade. Are you ready for this one? Kanu Crusade. See the line? To get in. A lot of children, blind children, deaf children, all manner were healed. Cripples healed in their numbers. Right? We have other clips here. We have they have a Shiloh clip, and then we have that's Shiloh ministration right there. And then we have Canada, we have Leeds. I think some of the Canada people are here. The mayor of Leeds was in this meeting. That's the mayor. Number 120-something mayor. Shows it. Oh. Mayor ask for prayer. Leeds Crusade, Leeds in the United Kingdom. Show us Houston, Texas, briefly. Go ahead, give the Lord the praise. Mayor sent his representative to Houston, Texas. outreach. And then we have Maurice Cerullo in the Glory Dome. And then we have Israel. This is ministry in Israel. It's a long time. Over 80 nations were there. Engedi. In the desert. Deaf ears all opened. We had other societally impacting things. We had dedicated our church in Kano and decided, your Kano, Evangelist Oguche, we dedicated our church in Kano and decided to construct the road that connects the church also to serve the community. The emir's representative was there and others. Can you show us the clip? Kano. You have it? Oh, sorry, Karu. Sorry, Karu. Let's start with Karu, Boundary Road. The church paved this road for this community. The community leaders were there. The king of the land was there. All right, let's see the road. Oh, the road is sighted. All right, this is another road constructed, another place, Boundary Road. Done by the church for the community. Show us Christmas welfare distribution. This is food distribution for Christmas. Who is this? Who is it that can do all of this? Can you stand up on your feet and let us give the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the I am that I am, the Rose of Sharon, the Lily of the Valley, the Jehovah Rapha Mekadesh. We worship you, we honor you, we adore you, we magnify you, we glorify you. Thank you, Father, for the inspiration of these results. It's only you. We honor you, we adore you, we magnify you, we glorify you. Thank you and thank you and thank you again. In Jesus' precious name. Give the Lord a praise and take your seat.